man, what is this? My dad is like, don't worry. That's how life is. You're getting in. Don't worry. Then one day I wake up, he tells me, by the way, I hear, the Intercon, they are starting off with setting up a cyber cafe. I know you've done IT
hotel?
systems. Yes, the hotel.
Okay.
Systems and all. And, you could just walk there and just ask. Intercon was behind Parliament. So
Is it not still there? Or
it was closed. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still there. The sign is the building, but there's nothing happening. Says, because they used to frequent there as MPs.
Yeah.
Like, just go and check. I had rumor that, I was sitting in a table, there are some conversations. So I don't know anyone. I can't tell you who to go and see. Just go and ask and hear. Maybe there's something. I walked to the back. The CB, Kenya Bureau of Statistics officers were at Nyai House. We walk Nyai House, the back gate, you get to Intercon, the back side. And then I said, I'm here. I have come for the IT job. The guy, watchman, asked me, what IT job? No, there's a job for cyber. Even him, he doesn't know what I'm talking about. So he tells me, I just go IT, ingia huko kwa HR, go and see it. I went. HR just, you're one of the guys who really... the way you get into a space that maybe was not yours, but opportunity and
aligned.
Chance, yes. I'm like, I'm the one, yeah. Oh, so IT, you did, yeah. So tell me about cyber. How do cybers work? And there's this thing around just learning stuff that is outside of your zone. Try and get one or two things around. They usually
again, you are an avid reader?
Yes, yes. And they say for IQ, you have to be a specialist to know everything about this one thing and to know something about everything else.
Yeah.
That something would change your life.
True.
So I go there, he asked me, I'm like, whatever I know must be more than what this guy knows. So I told him 2-3 stories like, that sounds okay. So today is Thursday. Okay. He called some guy there. Take measurements for this guy. Why don't I uniform? Yeah. Like, why? He hasn't even asked for a CV. He hasn't asked for nothing. Like, okay. They Pima, they said, okay, so can you come Monday, 8 o'clock? It's you come with whatever you'll be with your clothes, we will give you uniform. I showed up on Monday, I was given a full uniform there. Entered.
And you're on payroll, everything you are.
Systems administrator. Intercontinental, cyber cafe, clerk. I'm the guy connecting.
And even back in the day, Intercontinental was something.
Yes, it was massive. It was mostly American. Actually, I'll even explain why. So I'm the guy now who is connecting guests in rooms. The Wi-Fi is not working. I'm the guy who is sorting them out.
So did you start now learning on the job?
Yes. Majority of the time I was there reading. When now I'm alone in the cyber, people have gone, I'm opening, logging into sites, checking.
How do you set up things?
Hey.
On the job. Free internet.
On the job, learn. Yes, the free internet. I'm the guy who's managing the cyber.
And I remember back that's 98, 2000?
That's 99, 2000. Yes.
There was no much of cell phones and luxury of internet.
There weren't.
If you are lucky, maybe you are connected using cable.
Yes. Used to be a dial-up. Some weird things which were just, man. And
5 KB
expensive. Yes. I remember 15 minutes used to be $200.
Yeah, it was
cyber
very expensive, yeah.
$200. So I was like, man, these guys are just minting money.
Yeah.
But anyway, the only other cafe I knew was Hard Rock, which was at Barclays Plaza at that time. It was a cyber of some sort. And then now, I think it was Kenya where Africa Online had started some e-cybers around. So there wasn't much happening.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember this, we don't have undersea cable at that time. So everything is going through telecoms, single dish in Longonot. I think it was like was it a GB even? It wasn't a GB.
Yeah, I mean, because your phone, people used to receive like a KB.
Yes, your phone has more capacity than what Kenya had for like 30 years. Your phone. As in maybe 5 times the capacity.
That's things that you're consuming within seconds.
Yes, it's madness.
Watch one video, you have consumed
it's gone.
the data for one county.
Imagine. So went through that, joined, got into the system. Now he started visiting while I'm working. He'll come and just sit there. He's just telling me stories. Today, the speaker said this, the whatever I did. I'm like, okay. Then you see it, and then when somebody comes, CEO, so and so, and then when I went in, I never went with my name. I never went to say, I'm so and so, because I knew it would bring some chaos, or So I just went undercover. I joined. I used my second name. People would come and they find the guy there, and they're wondering, what does that guy keep coming to do at the cyber? I'm like, no, he's a guy from my village. He just comes to say hi, tells me how people are doing in the village. I don't want to say it's my dad. Because it could change my fortunes, man.
True.
Yeah, people would be like, why is this guy working? Anything. Yeah. And I was scared about the impression. Yeah. So went through that, learned, picked things on the job. Now learned how...
Had you finished your diploma then? Or?
Now, by then I had finished my diploma. I was now trying to get into uni, proper uni. I was like, okay. So in that period, my dad is like, okay, it's up to you. If you want go to the US like your brothers, or you can stay around. You decide what you want to do. I'm like, man, I've started touching money, so I'm like, let me do this for like another year. Let's see how things are. I'll let you know. But they were so much fun because I'm living alone. I don't need to buy clothes because I have my uniform when I come to work. I'm picked and dropped from the house as staff. I eat all my meals in the hotel because there's a staff cafeteria. They are free.
So even you didn't have a girlfriend, nothing?
No, I wasn't even dating at that time.
Why would you need if everything is taken care of?
What am I? I mean, I go to the office 7 a.m., work until 3 because it used to be shifts. Sometimes the guy who's supposed to bail me out at 3 doesn't show up. Or maybe he's been sent to a different, because nobody knew the importance of internet. Sent to a different, I do 2 shifts, 7 a.m. up to like 11 p.m.
So you have more money.
Yes, make more money. Then people live there, they're like, they don't even go home. I think that time was mostly Zanze and Dolce. Those were the clubs. They go there, till morning. The guy comes from the pub at 6:30, straight back into the intercon, showers, dresses up to the reception.
What?
And he's there for another 12 hours. I'm like, man, that life. But we lived it.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was just
it's young guys anyway. So.
Survive. I didn't have a mattress. I mean, I had a mattress. I remember when I moved out, I bought a mattress and that was it. My dad is like, no. You need to buy your own things. So there's nothing like carrying your things. These are my things.
Now you are an adult.
Yeah, these are the things in my house are my things. So you plan yourself. Bought a mattress, put it on the ground. I have photos of me sleeping on a mattress somewhere. Then I started now building from there. But I didn't have to buy utensils.
Started from the foundation.
Yes. I didn't buy utensils because I didn't need to cook. And I never hosted anyone because hosting is a cost. So I was like, no, let me just operate in the hotel.
Remotely.
Yeah, the days when I'm so tired, I don't want to go home. I just tell the duty manager, he gets me a room, I sleep. Wake up in the morning. It was a good life. And we put in serious time. I mean, built stuff there, made things happen. Until, the rug was pulled from under our feet by 9/11. So, Intercon, American hotel. Majority, like 70% of the guests were Americans.
They're the ones who booked the Intercon.
Yes, because that was the hotel. Even when, what is her name? The foreign secretary at that time was her. Is it Albright? Maybe Albright. He actually stayed at the Intercon.
Yeah, so that's why it was the consulate.
That was there, yes. That was their hotel. That was anybody who is coming in from the US used to come to the Intercon. Because it's an American establishment.
And actually it was one of the biggest hotels besides the Norfolk and Hilton.
And so it was A1. So standards were set as per the Intercon for the US. So when 9/11 happened, occupancy moved from 95% to 12% within a day. Because the airspaces were shut, so nobody was traveling. And we didn't have any local tourists. Nobody. We just used to deal with foreigners. We never had any local guys. The only local guys were MPs, guys crossing from Parliament
just
to have a cup
to drink tea.
And then go back. And then guys who used to come to Safari Bar, make some noise there. Majority, then British Airways and KLM used to stay there as well. That was their hotel for staff. So when they're in the country, layovers, they would stay there. That was it. That was the business model. 9/11 happened. Everything went down. And so, as per even computer systems, last in, first out.
Redundant.
Yes. Because why are we keeping
it's
guys
called
here?
FIFO. First in, first out.
Why are we keeping guys here?
Yes.
We can't sustain them.
Yes.
So it's easier to let go of the guys who are younger in the business because the payoff is less. These guys, some guys have been there 30, 40 years. So there's no way, how are they going to release them? So they have to figure out.
That experience cannot just be
let
go.
You will pay heftily. So let's keep those ones, even if they can't do the cyber job, let's keep those ones and get these other young guys to live. So left, but I was like, I have skills for talking and doing stuff. And they had a membership club. I'm like, okay, let me sell for you guys your loyalty club. It used to be called Privilege Club, the Intercon. So call big people, tell them, hey, there's this, you can come, you can have brunch over the weekend. For all that is for 10,000 shillings per year. And you'll be given, you'll be having priority when you want to book hotels, you want to do all these things. Made some sales. That was my first sales job, selling the hotel on the phone.
So you started announcing sales, and actually these has played a key role in your, like the rest of your of your career. And there's one thing that I even personally learned from that is that some of those small opportunities that we create and be passionate about, because at the end of the day, where would you go and have a cyber job, right?
Yes.
They come in handy over time and they shape us. And then you did that for how many years?
That was like for 3 years. That is 2001, 2, 3. And then in the third year, I tried to sell this club to some guy. I called somebody from Old Mutual Insurance Company, the CEO, because we used to shortlist based on influence profile, and title. Because those are the guys who can afford 10,000 shillings just lying somewhere without any use. I called the guy up. I told him my story. I'm very good at English and convincing people. He's like, okay. I'm not committing to anything. You come and see me.
Yeah.
I went to see the guy. I narrated to him the story, told him how this thing will help him. He's asking me, I just put money there and then what does it do? It doesn't do anything. But when you come, we use that as some loyalty things. Like, how long have you done this thing? So I told him after 3 years. Told me, I have a real job for you. I have a real job for you. Yeah. This is not a job. This thing you're doing, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Are people buying this thing? I'm like, which people are these? I need to meet these guys. I think you even have a ready clientele. If the guys have bought that thing, this air thing, they can buy what I want to give you to sell. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I said, come and sell insurance.
The hardest job on the planet Earth.
I got into insurance. 2003. 3 years. Till 2006. Selling insurance. Knocking on people's doors. Getting into, receptions and everyone disappears. I was powerful.
Yeah.
You know the way nobody wants to do insurance, guys.
That's why I said it's the hardest job on the planet Earth. If you have sold insurance successfully, you're gonna be wealthy. I don't know. You're not utilizing your talent.
There's that aspect, which I'm now utilizing. But anyway, yes. So I got in there. He gave me the job. He told me, first 3 months I'll pay you some retainer. From the 4th month, you're on your own. Go and make the money and support yourself. Like, let's do this, man. So got in with my list of the guys I'd sold air to. Call them up, sell them. Now there's something I can sell you value, but the last thing an African wants to hear, when you die. When you start a segment
prophesying
when you die, the guy just shuts down. So I realized, I can't use that language for insurance people. When you die, your family will have this. I'm not working for my family. I'm working for me. I want to see something that is tangible today. So now I changed tact, realized, okay, there's other ways I can do this thing. Since I'm good at writing, let me look for a way. I'll write a script. So what I would do is I look through my emails. Those days people used to forward things. The way now we are doing WhatsApp, sending messages. People used to forward on email. All sorts of
Yahoo.
things. Yes, Yahoo and Gmail. So I go into my profile and look at, I had like 4 email addresses just for the sake of collecting data. People forward things and I used to encourage people, you don't have any new forwards nowadays? Because what was I doing? I was harnessing data. Those days we didn't have GDPR.
Yes.
So I'd go into my email, look for all the mails I've been sent for. Then I look for the addresses which end at africastalking.com, at eabl.com. Of course, those are stuff. At at kcb.co.ke. I know. But if I see at Gmail, I can't tell this fellow is maybe doesn't even work. But now the problem is when I go to like twarrior at africastalking.com. Is it twarrior? Is it warrior? Is it wa? Then the other name is Iria. I can't tell. So how can I write to this guy? Dear, is it sir? Is it madam?
You see, because you don't know if it's one name or 2 names.
And those days, it's like all of them were those ones of P. Angatia, T. Warrior. It wasn't Paul Angatia. There were very few that were like that, which you could say, this is Paul. So I say, who forwarded this email? Okay, I write the note of the person who forwarded the name, and then I list all the people who have gotten from his forward. It'll come in handy because insurance is about social proofing. Now, if you call somebody, hey, my name is so-and-so, the first thing they always ask you. First thing. Where did you get my number?
True.
Yeah? if I called you, would ask, who gave my number to this guy? Yes. So they start asking. So they would ask, how did you get my email? I go back. Nani referred me. In fact, there's something we are discussing with him.
Trust.
Yes, we're discussing with him. He thought it would be useful. By the way, I don't even know that fellow who has forwarded the email. Because this is 5-6 forwards down there.
Yes.
I don't know who that is.
Yes.
But I know there's the credibility of that name.
Yes.
Hey, it opened doors. I realized, am I struggling going to bus stops and standing at people? Excuse me, my name is, I work from Old. I know by nature, I'm an introvert.
Yes.
It doesn't come out very clearly, but I am.
Yes.
I'm a very conservative fellow. I sometimes just want to keep my own peace. Now, to get me out to start knocking on strangers' doors and going to, offices and just opening doors and, cold calling, that was a struggle. It was a struggle. I was like, this is my shortcut. See, I know I can write.
I'm going to draft these messages.
Give me.
Yes.
From that writing, by the way, I got very many referrals. That's how I built my insurance business. And I was able to thrive for like 3 years. It was 3 years and something. And then I got into another challenge because I wrote to one of those guys like that. He saw the email, he looked at it, he said, I think we need to meet. Can you come to my office, whatever. That guy was working at UUNet at that time. That was, now it is called MTN Business. So I go, he tells me, you wrote me another email there.
You're very lucky.
It was very interesting. Chief. What is this you're talking about? So I said, this is my chance. You know, there are times you sell until you forget that the customer has already bought. You're still selling. This is the fear that salespeople have because we talk so much, you forget even, you miss out the cues. So I spoke. This guy had already shut down from the 3rd minute. He wasn't listening. He was just waiting for me to finish. Then he says, I like how you express yourself, how you explain things, whatever. This thing you're selling doesn't work in Africa. I want to give you a solution that you can go and sell. Yeah, which is making a lot of sense now. It's connecting people, systems, services. It is the future. So that you stop this hogwash thing that you're doing here for, I don't know. And this is my livelihood. I'm just thinking in my head. Actually, that is one of the reasons why I dropped insurance because the perception, I think even till today, is so negative because we've never had a chance to really understand how insurance can be utilized to leverage and grow, especially Africa. I mean, the US, Europe, a lot of guys in the West, insurance has done a lot for those economies. A lot. Africa, man. Penetration for life insurance.
Anything that is managed by a corporation never works.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it is just our traditional understanding. And this is not a Kenyan thing. This is Africa.
By the way,
this is an African
you have to understand this. And it's from the point of how things are even right now. You pay even NHIF or
NSSF.
In the NSSF. How many people you hear they depend on NSSF after they retire? You get what I'm saying?
You want to go
so
there.
There's that perception that, insurance, but of course what you're saying is that maybe it's not well managed and there's no that trust and confidence that this actually can really work for you. Yeah. Once maybe we get there, I'm sure it will not be a hard sell. And I think we are getting there.
It shouldn't be. Especially now with technology because of InsurTech and all the things guys are doing. You can buy insurance in a day. You can insure a car when you're beginning your journey in the morning. In the evening, it's terminated. You've completed your journey. Small things like those will change. Of course, the ones for cars, it's just because it's low. I can tell you for a fact, people would not be taking that insurance. Just that it's low.
I heard, and don't quote me, that there are people who don't have insurance. So. They have insurance, but they don't have insurance.
Yeah, I know.
If you don't get it...
I know, they are quite paid. Anyway, so the challenge was that, it was on many levels. I think the biggest one we had, and I remember I once used that trick, we were very ferocious people and as you said, if you sell insurance in Kenya or in Africa, you can sell anything.
True.
I got to the point where now, I learned a trick from one of the guys that we had gone to do a pitch with. This guy had gone and he had gone to a carpenter. The carpenter had made for him a small coffin. Yeah, complete with like a glass viewing thing up here. But it's the size of, a pen case, the one that holds a pen. Yeah, a very small one. Wooden, he's put some varnish. Looks very neat. Just to fit in his pocket, the inside coat.
He used to carry a coffin on his coat.
Yeah, I used to carry it. So we've pitched, we've spoken until the mouth goes dry. This guy is not budging. And it was a high net worth individual, a guy who would pay upwards of 50,000 a month. Yeah, good money. We've spoken. Then we realized this is not working. So, I'm ready to leave. As in, we are wasting time here. This guy tells me, no, okay. So I've understood all the guy had all the answers, all the pushbacks.
So there's no way you could get him.
We tried. And this is a guy I'm going with, a veteran of like 20 years. So he has seen it all.
Yeah.
So I had never seen this coffin of it. So that part I didn't know. So I'm saying it's done. I mean, why are you wasting time? He says, okay, so what I want to understand, just tell me. People know that we know each other. You tell me. The day when you're lying here, he removes the thing, puts it on the table. When you're lying here in this thing, tell me when I'm going to tell your wife why you died and you are a poor man, you never had any plans for children and all. Tell me what I'll say.
You guys had courage.
He put the coffin on the table.
You guys were not beaten up?
No, we were never beaten up. No, there were places who were chased.
You guys were lucky.
But
I'm telling you, even today, if you do that to some guys, they will.
No, of course, they will assault you.
Yes.
That guy, we were lucky. I think we had pushed to the edge
limit.
until he said, it's okay. To get rid of these guys, let me just
subscribe.
And he signed. But amazingly, those difficult ones, they're the ones who stay for life. That guy maintained that policy for 25 years, until he died. 25 years. 25. And they made good money. I think it was paid something like 40 million, the family. So it was a good thing.
Nice.
And it was good that we forced the guy to do that. Because, as you say, a lot of these guys carry facades. They are out here, opulence, big cars and all. But in actual fact, when you strip that guy to the bone, there's nothing. And it gets very, very traumatic for like the children. Having seen, we used to go live this lavish lifestyle. I mean, why should it be that somebody dies, they were living in Lavington, then the kids have to move to like Umoja? And I'm not saying Umoja is a bad place. But, I mean, how do those kids adjust to life? They were born in Lavington. But apparently this guy, this house was not even in his name. So anyway, insurance helps with such cases, believe it or not.
I like how you put that.
So anyway, did that case, came out. So by the time now I was going to sell to this guy of mine for unit, which he tells me, no wonder you're not making sales. This insurance we don't buy. People make money, they invest, they use that money to support their families. This insurance nonsense, we don't buy. So here, come tomorrow, I'll explain tangible to you what you can do. Said, it doesn't hurt. I'm in the learning game. In any case, I'm not salaried by anyone. This is a commission job. I showed up. Showed me, okay, now I want you to sell internet connectivity. And I'll show you how it works. And when you connect to the internet, the world
and
that
now
is open
you had that
you.
Experience of a cyber cafe.
Yes. I remember how I was doing my connections. It's like things have progressed. Forget about those dial-ups you're doing. Now we are even higher speeds. Still the undersea cable hasn't landed because this was 2006. So he shows me, tells me, and in fact, what were you being paid? So I gave him the figure that I was being paid on the first month, which is like the highest figure I was ever paid there, as in terms of salary. So they would pay you 30,000, and then month 2, 20,000, then month 3, 10,000. Month 4, you're on your own. So I went and said 30,000. But I never said it was 30,000 only 1 month. As I said 30,000, he said, I'm going to pay you 45. So 45
every month guarantee.
He said 45 per month. I'm like, wow. Kumbe people can earn this money. Okay. So I said, okay, fine. We can start. When do I begin?
Wait a minute, Paul. So this issue of your dad saying you can go to overseas and study.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
That was done.
Sorry, I haven't I jumped the gun. So when 9/11 happens, I start selling this thing online. And then 2003, I start selling insurance. So we scheduled for me to join campus to go to New Jersey, 2004 January. It was like, okay, plans, everything done, SATs, whatever, GMAT, everything. It's because my brothers were there, so there was a process, I'm like, fine. So let me make some money on these calls and a few, because I knew this insurance is just for a year. I'm not even going to do it for long. 2004 in January, out of nowhere, my dad gets sick. I think it was like in Jan, like 10th of Jan. And I'd planned to fly like, I think it was February or March, I can't remember.